Hey everyone, I'm Eric. Today, we're diving into a challenge that, honestly, we all face, whether at home or in the office: resistance. We're going to break down The Yes Brain, a book that completely reframes how you can handle pushback, not just with kids, but in your professional life and, yeah, even with yourself. Okay, let's get into it.
So have you ever had one of those days? You know the feeling. You're trying to explain something, you're being totally reasonable, but all you get back is a hard no. It's just so frustrating, right? And this doesn't just happen in the playroom. It happens in the boardroom too.
Let's paint a picture here. It's a nice, peaceful Sunday morning. You suggest, hey, let's go to the park. And bam, you're hit with an immediate shutdown. No, I want to watch TV. All of a sudden, your relaxing morning has turned into a total battle of wills. But here's the thing. This isn't just about parenting. This is a fundamental dynamic we see in all of our interactions.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. What if the problem isn't that the other person is being stubborn, or that they have a bad attitude? What if it's not personal at all? Well, according to neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Siegel, the author of the book, these moments aren't really about the person. They're about the state their brain is in.
Okay, so to really get this, we need to look at two fundamental states of the brain. This is really the core idea that changes everything: the no brain versus the yes brain.
All right, first up, the no brain. The best way to think about this is like a smoke alarm going off in your head. It's our primal survival mode, fight, flight, or freeze. When someone's in this state, whether it's a kid throwing a tantrum or a colleague just completely shutting down in a tense meeting, their rational brain has basically gone offline. The alarm is just blaring, threat detected.
And on the flip side, we have the yes brain. Now this is the good stuff. This is the optimal state for growth, for connection, for learning. When we're in a yes brain state, we feel safe, we're curious, we're open to new ideas. This is where all the real problem solving happens. So the goal isn't to get rid of the no brain. I mean, it keeps us safe, but to learn how to help ourselves and others shift back into this receptive yes brain state.
This chart here shows the contrast perfectly. On one side, you've got that reactive, defensive state where any kind of logic just bounces right off. And on the other, you have a receptive state that's curious, flexible, and ready to engage. Just remember this: you can't reason with a blaring smoke alarm. You have to deal with the perceived threat first. And it's the exact same principle here.
So, if the yes brain is where we want to be, how do we actually build one? Well, the book lays out these 4 foundational pillars. And these aren't just, abstract concepts. They are the core skills for building a truly resilient and emotionally intelligent mind. Let's check them out.
So these pillars are balance, resilience, insight, and empathy. You can think of them as the operating system for a yes brain. Balance is all about your ability to stay centered when things get stressful, to not get swept away by chaos. Resilience, well, that's how you bounce back from a project that didn't go as planned or a really tough quarter. Insight is absolutely crucial for leadership. It means understanding your own triggers and motivations. And empathy, that's the key to everything from managing teams effectively to negotiating deals and really connecting with your clients. Building these 4 skills is what creates that solid foundation for success.
Okay, so we know the what, the 4 pillars. But what about the how? This brings us to the really practical part, the toolkit. The book gives us some super clear strategies we can start using immediately to nurture a yes brain, both in others and in ourselves.
But before we even get to the tools, we have to remember this one golden rule: connection comes first, always. If you want to influence or teach or redirect someone who's stuck in that no-brain state, you have to build a bridge of emotional connection first. Because without that bridge, all your words, your logic, your brilliant solutions, they just can't get across.
So here they are, 3 simple but really powerful steps. Number 1, connect before you redirect. Number 2, learn to frame your responses with yes. And number 3, gently expand the comfort zone. Let's break down each one.
So, step 1 is all about validation. When that mental smoke alarm is going off, the very first thing you need to do is show them you hear it. You get on their level and you say something like, "I see you're really angry because you wanted to keep watching TV." Now, you're not agreeing with the behavior, right? You're just acknowledging the feeling behind it. This simple act starts to calm down that reactive brain and opens the door for actual problem solving.
Step 2, man, this one is such a game changer. Instead of leading with no, you start with yes. So a kid wants a cookie before dinner.
The typical no-brain response is, no, you'll spoil your appetite. But the yes-brain response sounds like this. Yes, cookies are delicious. We can absolutely have one right after we finish dinner. See what happened there? You affirm their desire, but you still hold the boundary. This tiny shift in language can completely eliminate the power struggle. It's pretty amazing.
And finally, step 3 is how we build resilience. Look, you don't build muscle by trying to lift a car on your first day of the gym, right? You start with smaller weights. It's the exact same idea when it comes to facing our fears. If a kid is afraid of swimming, you don't just throw them in the deep end. You start by just sitting by the edge of the pool. Then maybe you dip your toes in. Every small, successful step builds confidence and gently expands their comfort zone, which strengthens their yes brain for bigger challenges down the road. When you put all this together, it really requires a fundamental shift in our entire mindset. It's about moving away from just trying to manage behavior and moving towards something much, much more powerful.
This slide really captures the ultimate takeaway of the entire book. We have to shift from being a controller of behavior to being a connector to the person. When we make connection our priority, cooperation becomes the natural result. It reframes every challenge from a moment of defiance into an opportunity for connection and for growth.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. In your own life, maybe at work with a difficult colleague or at home, where is there a persistent no that could really use a bridge of connection? Where can you make that shift from controlling to connecting today?
I really hope you found this breakdown of the yes brain useful. If you did, a like, subscribe, or share is always super appreciated and helps other people find this content too. And hey, let us know in the comments if there's another book or topic you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric, and I'll see you in the next one.